Revis Island. Watching Revis that year sometimes felt like watching football in an alternate timeline. Elite receivers who had spent their entire careers torching defenses would line up across from him and then vanish from the game plan. Quarterbacks would scan the field, hesitate, and throw somewhere else. By the end of the season, Revis had been targeted 111 times and allowed just 41 completions. As the year went on, quarterbacks began avoiding his side of the field entirely. There were stretches where it felt like half the field simply disappeared from opposing offenses. The path to that season began 2 years earlier at the 2007 NFL Draft. The New York Jets made one of the boldest moves of the entire night, trading up 11 spots to select cornerback Darrelle Revis out of Pittsburgh with the 14th overall pick.
With the 14th pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Darrelle Revis, cornerback, Pittsburgh.
Teams don't trade up like that unless they believe they're drafting someone special. Revis immediately showed flashes, starting all 16 games as a rookie and demonstrating rare instincts in coverage. But at the time, the Jets were still searching for an identity, and Revis was still developing into the player he was about to become. That identity began to take shape after the 2008 season, when the Jets fired head coach Eric Mangini and hired Rex Ryan away from the Baltimore Ravens. Ryan arrived in New York loud, confident, and completely unapologetic about his vision. He declared that the Jets were going to have the best defense in football. Around the league, many people were skeptical. The Jets had just gone 9-7 and missed the playoffs, and their offense would soon be led by rookie quarterback Mark Sanchez. But Ryan understood something the rest of the league hadn't fully realized yet. His defensive philosophy could work because of one player. If Darrelle Revis could erase the opponent's best receiver by himself, the rest of the defense could overwhelm everything else. It didn't take long for the league to notice. Week 1, the Jets faced the Houston Texans. Lined up across from Revis was Andre Johnson, one of the most physically dominant receivers in football, and the eventual NFL receiving yards leader that season with 1,569 yards. Johnson finished the game with 4 catches for 35 yards. It was quiet enough that some people dismissed it as an off day. Then came week 2. The Jets faced Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Across from Revis stood Randy Moss, one of the most feared receivers in NFL history. Moss had spent his career humiliating defensive backs. Against Revis, he finished with 4 catches for 24 yards. Revis intercepted Brady during the game. The Jets held the Patriots without a touchdown that afternoon, the first time New England had been kept out of the end zone since 2006. And suddenly, the whispers began. Then the pattern kept repeating. Marcus Colston of the New Orleans Saints, 2 catches, 33 yards. Terrell Owens of the Buffalo Bills, 3 catches, 13 yards. And the list kept growing. Steve Smith of the Carolina Panthers, 1 catch, 5 yards. Roddy White, contained. Chad Ochocinco, erased. Week after week, the NFL sent its best receivers to challenge Revis. And week after week, they disappeared. By the time the Patriots returned for a rematch in Week 11, Randy Moss already understood what facing Revis meant.
So I prided my offseason on staying off of Revis Island.
The entire league did. Moss finished the game with 5 catches for 34 yards. Technically an improvement, but still a quiet afternoon by the standards of one of the greatest receivers in football history. By that point, the nickname had fully taken hold. Revis Island wasn't just branding. It described exactly what offenses experienced. Throw anywhere else on the field if you wanted, but the moment the ball traveled toward Revis, it felt like it disappeared into the ocean. What made Revis so different wasn't overwhelming size or blazing speed. He was athletic, but not the fastest corner in the league. He was physical, but not the biggest. What separated him from everyone else was preparation. Revis treated film study like a science. The nights before games were often the toughest moments for him. He would lie in bed replaying the opponent's offense in his mind. Formations, route combinations, how receivers position their feet at the line of scrimmage, how their shoulders shifted before breaking into a route. By the time Sunday arrived, Revis wasn't reacting anymore. He was anticipating. Receivers believed they were about to run a route. Revis already knew which one it was. The Jets' defense under Rex Ryan was built around that ability. Ryan trusted Revis to handle the opponent's best receiver in man coverage with minimal help, allowing the rest of the defense to focus on everything else. The formula worked perfectly. By the end of the season, the Jets finished first in total defense and first in pass defense in the entire NFL. And the foundation of that dominance was one player locking down one side of the field. Through it all, Revis remained almost emotionless. No elaborate celebrations, no trash talk, no dramatic gestures. He would break up a pass, stand up, and calmly walk back to the huddle as if it were routine. When you dominate the best receivers in football every single week, what is there left to celebrate? The Jets finished the regular season 9-7 and slipped into the playoffs as a wild card team. And if Revis had been dominant during the regular season, the postseason only reinforced his reputation. The wild card round brought the Cincinnati Bengals and their star receiver, Chad Ochocinco. Just 1 week earlier, the Jets had shut out Cincinnati 37-0, and Ochocinco finished without a single catch. Not one. In the playoff rematch, Revis again erased him from the game plan, limiting him to 2 catches for 28 yards, while intercepting Carson Palmer late in the game. The Jets won 24-14 and advanced. Next came the San Diego Chargers in the divisional round. Phillip Rivers was playing outstanding football, and wide receiver Vincent Jackson was one of the league's most dangerous deep threats. But the Jets controlled the game defensively, winning 17-14. Revis again locked down his side of the field, giving the defense the freedom to attack. Second half, Peyton Manning adjusted. Instead of challenging Revis directly, he attacked other areas of the field. Finding Pierre Garçon, Austin Collie, and Dallas Clark, slowly the Colts pulled away, eventually winning 30-17 and ending the Jets' remarkable run. And after a season where Darrelle Revis had erased the best receivers in football, the NFL announced the Defensive Player of the Year award. The winner wasn't Revis. It was Charles Woodson. Woodson had a fantastic season, filled with interceptions and splash plays that stood out in the box score. But what Revis had done in 2009 existed in a different category entirely. His impact often appeared in something harder to measure: the throws quarterbacks never attempted, and the receivers who were never targeted. During the 2009 season, Revis allowed just 41 completions on 111 targets and gave up only 3 touchdowns. He never allowed a 100-yard receiving game. The only receiver to surpass 50 yards against him was Ted Ginn Jr., who caught a 53-yard touchdown and then caught nothing else the rest of the afternoon. Revis finished the year with 6 interceptions and 31 passes defensed, tying the Jets' franchise record. And the list of receivers he neutralized that season reads like a roll call of elite talent: Andre Johnson, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Steve Smith, Roddy White, Reggie Wayne, Chad Ochocinco, Marcus Colston. Week after week, the production of some of the best receivers in football collapsed against him. Years later, Darrelle Revis would be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a first ballot selection in 2023. In his speech, he reflected on the preparation that defined his career and acknowledged the player who inspired him growing up, Deion Sanders. For decades, Sanders had defined the shutdown corner. But in 2009, Darrelle Revis created something even rarer. Because for 4 months in the NFL, quarterbacks scanned the field looking for an open receiver, and they knew exactly where they couldn't throw the ball: Revis Island.